Hello friends, welcome back to my YouTube channel Data Operations and Research. In this video, I am going to show you how to conduct descriptive analysis. For conducting the analysis, we are going to use the NSSO 71st round merged data file that we created in the previous video. If you haven't seen that video, then check out the video how to merge NSSO data in Stata and apply weights. Link to that video is in the description. Before we begin, I will urge you to watch this video on a laptop because at certain times commands may become small to be readable on the phone. In this video, I am going to show you how to define labels like rural, urban, male, female, etc. Create codes for the states, recode variables, club different codes as one for analysis. Using these above mentioned methods, we will be able to analyze, for example, what is the level of ownership of computers, what is the social group wise ownership of computers, what is the region wise ownership of computers by different social groups. So in the first question, we are looking at one variable, then we are looking at two variables, and then third we are looking at three variables. So let's start with it. So first we will open Stata. So I have opened my Stata and we will bring the data here. So we will go to open. As I have stored my data on the desktop, so I will open the NSSO 71st round folder. Here is the merged dataset. I will open it. So you can see I have brought all the variables here. Now we also need to open schedule to see the different variable names and what codes are given to it. So we will go to desktop. Here is the folder. In the supporting documents, we will go to schedule 25.2. This is the schedule. I have already opened it, so you can see that here it is, and the names here, the codes are given. And similarly, we also need to open the state codes. So state code is given over here. I have already opened it. So here is the state code. So Jammu and Kashmir is represented by 01 and so on. So now let's start with the analysis. So here is this data. So the first thing I want to do is check for social group. So I will go to my schedule and I will search for social group. So if I scroll down, then I can see that social group is given over here, and the codes are okay for 6. Social group code is, if scheduled tribe it is 1, scheduled caste it is 2, other backward class it is 3, and others it is 9. So I will go to Stata, I will type tab and I will search here for social group. Here is my social group, so I will search B9 and I will press enter. So you can see that social group and their respective frequency and percentage is given over here. So 1 is for ST, 2 is for SC, 3 is for OBC, and 9 is for others. So now we want to change these numbers. Say we don't want to see 1, rather we want to see ST over it. So what we will do, so we will have to define labels for it. But first thing we want to do is we want to check for whether they are string or not. So one way to do is, if we stretch this to the left and right click over here, then we will get type. So if we click on type, so we can see that social group is a string variable. So these things will be handy. Otherwise we will run a command and then error will show that what you are trying to do is you cannot do because it is a string variable. So we know that social group is a string variable. So let's define the label. So the command is label define, and it is B9. So I will click here B9. Or the other thing you can do is not, instead of clicking here every time, you can simply write the number. So I can write B9. It won't make a difference. Define, and then I will write 1 for ST. I will just check from the schedule that yes, 1 is ST, 2 is SC, and 3 is OBC, and 9 is others. So I will go to Stata. 1 is ST, 2 is SC, 3 is OBC, and 9 is I also need to destring the variable, so destring b9, as I'm dealing with b9 comma replace. The variables have been changed from numeric to byte, and then I have to give the labels their values. So label values b9, again b9, and it is the values will be attached. Now if I tab it against tab b9, so you can see that these changes have been made here. So now it is not represented by 1239, rather ST, SC, OBC and others. However, this is not the correct result, because we haven't attached weights to it. These are just showing the sample results. So to correct for that, we will use tab b9 square bracket IW equal to, and you can see that here is our weight. So we will click here, we will close the bracket and press enter, and you can see that now the weights have been attached, and these are the correct results. So 9.8% 9.8% households belong to ST category, 19.13% households belong to SC category, and similarly other ways. So we can apply a similar method to change the codes for religion. For example, if we tab religion, so tab religion is given by b8, so b8, we can see that there are 1 2 3 4 5 6 7 8 and 7, and there is no 8, and then there is 9. So if we go back to the schedule, you can see that here religion is given and the different codes are given. So you can again use the same command, that label define. Now we will be dealing with b8, so b8, and change all these codes with their respective names. You can choose any name that you want, and we will use the same process to get the correct results. And I will again emphasize that we always have to apply IW equal to weight, otherwise we will get misleading results. So I will just remove it. The process is entirely the same. You can apply it for different variables. Now if we want to see for state, and so if we go to so in NSSO, states are represented by NSS region. So if we search here, A7 is given by NSS region. So I will tab A7, and you can see that 011, 012, etc. is given for different states. However, if we go to the code for states, you can see that only 01 represents Jammu Kashmir, 02 Himachal Pradesh. So what is happening is that it is of 3 length, and the only first 2 byte represent the state code. So what we need to do is that we have to change this string, we have to substring this string. So to do that, the command we are going to follow is generate string. We will generate a new variable, state equal to substring bracket. Now this is A7, so A7. Now we want to use the first byte and 2 length. So we want to use 01. So the first letter is, the first byte is 0, so 1, and we want to use the 2 lengths. So we will write comma 2, and you can see that a new variable has been generated of the particular substring. So if we scroll down, you can see that here is the state. So we can tab state, and you can see that a substring has been created, and here are the states that we'll be dealing with. So this is this so this is for the state. Now if you want to again again change the codes to their respective names, again follow the same steps that we have used for defining the social groups. The same method that we have used here, you can use the same method and you can change these codes to their names. Now let's move forward. And another thing to keep mind, that this is not the correct this is not the true estimates. We have to always use tab state square bracket iw equal to weight. We will close the bracket, and these are the correct results. Now another thing to keep in another thing that can come in handy is that, okay, so we have got the results, so we want to copy them to Excel. So what should we do? So we will select these, copy as table, open Excel, and we will simply paste it here, and you can see that our results are pasted in the Excel sheet, and now you can use them anywhere for your analysis. So I will just close it. Now let's move forward. Now suppose I want to make a rural urban now I want to create observe what is the rural urban classification. So I will again go to schedule to see where is rural urban located. So if I scroll up, so you can see that sector is represented for rural urban sector. The item name is sector, and rural is defined as 1 and urban as defined at 2. So I will go to my Stata, and we have to find sector. So you can see A6 is represented as sector, so I will just check it, tab A6, and you can see 1 is for rural, 2 is for urban, and here are the results. So I want to again change relabel these. So I will use the same process as we did for the social groups. Label, define the variable that we want to change, so it is A6, and then I will give the name. So 1 will be rural, 2 will be urban, and we will press enter. Now we have to label values A6. See, it said you may not label strings, as this is string variable, so we have to destring it. So destring A6 comma replace we instead of a comma we put a full stop, my bad. I will just correct it, comma. The changes have been made, and now we will apply the same command. The changes have been made, and now I will tab A6 square bracket. I have to always apply weights equal to weight, and you can see that 70% of the households are in the rural sector, and 29.86% of the households are in the urban sector. So here we have changed these codes to rural urban, and these are the correct estimates because we have applied weights to it. Now we want to check that we have a variable that whether a household has a computer. So you can see that B13, whether a household has computer. We can also check it in the schedule. If we scroll down, you can see that the question is question number 10, whether the household has a computer, and 1 is for yes and 2 is for no. So if we want to check whether the household has a computer, so first we will change, so we will check it, tab the B13, we will apply the weights IW equal to weight bracket square bracket closed. We will press enter. So you can see that 13% of the households have one, that is 1 is for yes. So 13% of the household have computer. Now we want to change this 1 to yes no, and as we will be dealing with it in greater detail, so we want to change it. So we will again label define B13, as we are dealing with B13, 1 for yes, 2 for no, press enter. Now as again we are dealing with the string variable, so we will have to first destring it. So dstring B13 comma replace, enter. The missing values have been generated, and now we will label the values. So label values B13, enter, and now we will tab the variable again. So we are using the same command that we used previously. So press enter, and you can see that 13.72% of the households own a computer, and you can see that the results are same. So here we also did the same thing, and here the difference is that the codes have been changed to what they mean actually imply. So as we discussed in the PPT, that we will be showing that what is the level of ownership of computers. So we have shown that this is the level of ownership of computers by the household. Now we want to see the social group wise ownership of computers. So we want to check two variables. So we will press tab, we will select the two variables. So social group is B9, and the other variable is ownership of computers, so it is B13. We will apply the weights, IW equal to weight, square bracket closed, and you can see that these are the social categories and whether they have a computer or not, and we are getting the absolute number. So it shows that 67,23,505 SC households own a computer. However, this is not a very good thing for the analysis. So what we want is, we want these absolute numbers in percentage terms. So for that we will write the same command, but after that we will write NOF for no frequency, that we don't want the frequency. And if we want the row wise analysis, so we will type row and we will press enter. So what it shows, so as you can see, row wise it is adding up to 100. So this shows that 6.16% of ST households own computer. Similarly, 7.50 SC households own computer. Now if we want, we can again, if we want to check column wise, so for that we will again write the same command. Instead of row, we will change it with column. We will press enter, and now it is adding up in the column wise. So now what this shows, it shows 4.43% of all who own computers belong to ST category. So it depends on what kind of argument you want to make or what do you want to present in your analysis, and depending on that you will choose whether you want to use the row or the column. So using this method, we have shown that what is the social group wise ownership of computers. So our second thing is done. Now if we want to show what is the region wise ownership of computers by different social groups, so three variables. So till now we have tabbed B9 and B13. Now we want another one. So the question arises that can we tab three variables? So let's check it out. Tab. Now region is represented by, so Where is our region? Our region was given as A6, sector was given as region. So we will select A6, then we will choose B9, B9 represents social group, and B13 whether the household has computer, and we will apply the weights. IW equal to weight, press enter, and the error comes up that too many variables are specified. So, and it is the thing, because what we are doing here is we are working in a two-dimensional kind of space, but we are using 3 variables. So to do this, what we have to do is we have to make certain changes. But before that, right now, as you would have noticed that our sector is given by A6. However, this is at times can be confusing. So we want to change the name of sector to rural urban. So what we can do is we can go to variables manager, select the variable. So we have selected sector, and we can change the name here. So we can change the name from rural underscore urban, and we will apply the changes, and we'll close it, and you can see that now sector has been replaced by rural urban, and this will lead to less confusion. So we have made those particular changes. So now the thing is that we want to show 3 variables. So what is the method of doing it? So we will write by A6, that is by using rural urban tabulate social group and whether the household has a computer, and then we will give the weights IW equal to a comma no frequency, and we want the analysis to come as in row wise. So we did the command, and it shows that the data is not sorted. So to sort the data, what we have to do is we have to sort A6, the rural urban. So the command is sort. We will choose the sort A6. We'll press enter. Now it has been sorted, and now I will use the same command and press enter. Command B9 is unrecognized. Sorry, I have made a small mistake. By A6 tabulate B9 means by using reason tabulate the social group and whether the household has a computer using these weights without showing me the absolute number. So I am using no frequency, and I want the data to come in the row format. So I have used this command, and I will press enter, and you can see for rural these are the results, for urban these are the results. So in rural sector 3.48% of the ST households have computer. Similarly, in urban sector 26.60 ST households have a computer. So this is the analysis. This is the way we explain the results. Similarly, we can change this to column, and now we have in column wise the same interpretation goes now, and you can see for rural these are the outcomes, for urban these are the outcomes. So till this part I think it should be fine with you, and just don't panic if an error shows up. Just check what is the error, rectify for it, and apply the same command again, and you will sail through and you will get the results. Now, so till now we have been working with discrete variables, that is rural urban is represented by 1 2, and different social groups are represented by 1 2 3 9, etc. So now let's check what happens with the continuous variable. So what can be a continuous variable? Well, income of an individual can be a continuous variable. So let's check let's check the schedule for where we can find the income. So if I scroll down, mm, the- just give me a second, I will locate the file and you can just check it here also. Yeah, so here it is given B15 is household's usual consumer expenditure. So expenditure is a continuous variable, so we want to check what happens with it. So let's first destring it. So destring, and it is B15. So dstring B15 comma replace, and it says that B15 contains non-numeric category, so no replace. However, we can see here that it is a string variable, so we have to force the destringing process. So the command for that is dstring B15 comma replace and force, and you can see that now the characters have been changed and 103 missing values have been generated. Now if we want to get the summary of what is the consumer expenditure, so we can use the command summarize B15 using the weights IW equal to weight, and I will press enter, and you can see that the mean wage of the household is 8207. So I can also use the mean command to get the similar result. So mean, I will select the variable P15, apply the weights IW equal to WEIST, and you can see that the mean is again the mean is same. Now if we want to see that what is the mean wage over say rural urban, so I will use mean, choose the variable B15, apply weights IW equal to weight square bracket closed, comma, we want to check over rural urban. So rural urban is given here, urban is represented by A6, so over A6, and we have to put this in brackets. So there is a bracket, and we will press enter, and you can see that mean household consumer expenditure is in the rural sector is 6899, and mean urban consumer expenditure is household expenditure is 11282. So this is another method that we calculated mean of a particular variable over another variable, and these are the results. So you can see that we have done all these things, or we have dealt with all these three questions. Now suppose we take religion, so tab, and religion is given as B8, so tab B8. So you can see that we have many variables 1 2 3 4 5 6 7, there is no 8 and 9. Suppose what if we want to change this 9 to 8, how can we do that? So we have to recode this. So this what we are going to do is we're going to record it. So before that we have to destring the variable. So dstring b8 comma replace. Now the variable has been destringed and numeric has been changed to byte. Now we want to record. So the command to record is recode. We have to select the variable, it is b8, and we have to change 9 to 8. So 9 is equal to 8 bracket closed comma, and we will generate a new variable calling it religion. So this religion is in all small letters. So and we will press enter. So if we scroll down, you can see that a new new variable has been generated, religion, and it also shows that it is a recode of b8. The original religion variable has been recoded, and if we tab this, we can see tab religion, and you can see that now the 9 has been replaced with 8. However, if you are doing this, then you will have to be careful, because in the schedule there is no code for 8. So this at times can create confusion. So it is you do this only when it is necessary, otherwise no need to get into this. Now another thing what we might want to see is that there are too many codes for religion. We want to only check for say one or two religion, or say we want to say one is representative, one represents Hindu, two represents Muslim. So we want to check Hindu, Muslim, and remaining all of these as others. So what is the process? So we are again going to recode it. So recode. Now our original variable for religion was b8. So we are going to choose b8 bracket. Now what we want to do is that from 3 to 3 to 9, because we are not dealing with this is religion, this is the b8. So we want to 3 to 9, we want to club them together and make them 1. So 3 divided by 9 equal to 3 bracket closed comma, generate a new variable which we are going to call Hindu underscore Muslim underscore other, as we want to see only these three variables. So we will create enter, and you can see that a new variable has been generated which is Hindu, Muslim, and other. So we can tab this, and always we have to apply weights to see the correct estimates. So bracket closed and press enter. So 80.97% of the households are Hindu, 14.01 are Muslim, and the remaining all the other are 5.02%. Now if we again, so we have clubbed them into 3. Now if we want to compare Hindu and other, so again we have to use the same recoding process. So recode b8 bracket, give a space, 2 divided by 9 equal to 2 bracket closed comma, generate Hindu underscore non-Hindu, as we want to see Hindu and other. So Hindu and non-Hindu and bracket closed. So you can see that another variable has been created, Hindu non-Hindu. So we can tab, choose this variable, square bracket, apply weights, brackets closed, and enter, and you can see that 80.97% of the households are Hindu, and remaining households belong to different religion. So this is also one of the one of the interpretation of this. So we can apply this particular method for these kinds of exercises. So this so that's it for this video. Hope this video was helpful in your research. If you like the content, then don't forget to like and share the video. If you want us to make more such videos, then please comment in the comment section. Also, you can write to us through email ID is also given in the description section. If you want to if you want us to cover a particular command, or you want to see that how can we get this kind of result, so do write us in the comment section. We will look into it and we will try to get back to you with a separate video, or whatever will be necessary we will do it. So thank you once again. Please subscribe to our channel to get updates about all our newly released videos. Thank you once again for joining. Have a great day. See you in the next video. Goodbye.